All right, we're on. Welcome to the Sunday Morning Linux Review. This is Tony.
Matt?
And Mary Tomich.
Yeah.
What did we quit
And-
saying our last
I
names?
guess.
Oh, well. No,
I'm
you know
just
what?
programmed to say my whole name.
I just went with it, Tony. That's what Tony did.
All right.
Actually, I was just thinking that we just talk for a second as it first started, because then I'm gonna hit the soundboard.
Oh, we haven't had the intro song yet?
We haven't
No,
had
not
the-
Oh, okay. So this
that's
won't
the
make it into the
unofficial
final.
start.
Right, all right.
Right.
Just anyone watching YouTube will hear that.
That's right.
The raw footage. All right.
All right, and here we go.
The Sunday Morning Linux Review, starring Mary Talmadge, Tony Venus, and Matt Enders as the beaver.
And this is Tony Bemis,
Matt Enders.
And Mary Tomich.
and episode 146.
Hey, where'd that hour go?
That I now get.
Yeah, because he didn't have it before.
No,
That's right.
We were late getting started.
because of moi. I
That's
forgot
right.
that the clock's changed.
The French guy over here. So yeah, and that's despite the fact I sent the email, but we'll get that squared away, Matt. And I'll make sure it gets to an email address that you do read. So
That's right.
yeah, so I mean, just think collectively across the U.S., everybody's got a mini jet lag today.
Except those of us that are up all night.
No, yeah, that's true. And still screwed that whole thing up.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyway, so here we are, and I guess we'll find out what was cooking.
Yeah.
So
So the last 2 weeks, I had a birthday.
Woohoo.
yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot to wish you happy birthday. I'm sorry.
It's
Happy
okay.
birthday.
Thanks.
I think
It
I
was-
plugged it online or something. Something
Yeah.
popped up and said, "Hey, it's Sonny's birthday. You want to wish him a happy birthday?"
You click yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
The friendliness of modern technology. I would click a button. Yeah, there's your birthday greeting. All right. Well,
So it was good. I got some Bluetooth headphones and Bluetooth for the car, so I can do all sorts of wireless things now with my phone.
wonderful.
Yeah. But the best thing about getting the Bluetooth headphones is it's stereo, and it's the ones that lay on your collar, and then it
Oh.
plugs in.
Mhm.
So for work I can put it under my collar,
Mhm.
and it's not very noticeable.
You just tell people other heat packs because they have a sore neck.
No, well, right. But
Right.
actually, my work phone has Bluetooth on it. I connected my work phone, so now I can walk around hands free at work, and it's just
Do
it's
they have a
really
microphone in them also?
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's really handy
Wow.
because I can
Where are
I've
they? You
used it
get
in
them
the
down
data
here?
center. Oh, actually, they're upstairs right
Oh,
now.
okay.
But I've used it in the data center when I'm pulling cable and I'm trying to talk to somebody at the same time, or
Mhm.
or like I have to sort through on our core switch saying which port is it, and
Mhm.
so I'm talking to the engineer in one ear, and I'm like making sure I have the right one, and like, oh no, it's and so I have two hands to work with
Oh,
instead of
nice.
just one. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So it's been pretty nice.
How do you answer a call with that?
There's a button on it.
Is
You hit,
there?
yeah, you hit the answer button.
So you can't start messing with the
You can't
cables
just
until
say,
you.
like, answer call.
No, it's not. No, it doesn't do that.
Not yet. That's
That's-
version 3.
That's the fancy ones, right? Yeah, and then the other half of the week, this week, I was messing with Windows 7. I have to install it in a VM on my laptop because for class, I'm in a research methods class, and there's a program called SPSS I have to install, and it's Windows and Mac only. So I have to spin up a VM of Windows 7 and then install that, and I had to buy it. It's student version for like 6 months is $50. If you want to buy it outright forever, it's like $1,500.
That's not Windows 7. You're talking about the
Oh,
package.
yeah, I'm talking about
The software.
SPSS. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a IBM
Yeah.
program. And it's
I've heard
if
of
you're
it.
going to be doing it all the time, it is a pretty cool program. But It's kind of expensive.
A little bit. And
Yeah.
tell them I don't have access to a Windows or a Mac. What am I going to do to satisfy the crowds for this course?
It would be to drive into the
Go to the library
no, well,
or the computer lab.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could
there
go
you
to the
go.
computer labs, and for a normal student it would be bad, but I have a 30-mile drive to class,
Ooh.
so
You're going out of Eastern, right?
yeah, it's in Ypsilanti,
I
and
thought, doesn't Eastern have a campus in Livonia?
yeah, that's
But maybe
really
not a
much
computer
closer.
lab.
I mean, it's maybe a 10-minute difference.
Yeah, because it's at no, because it's at
Oh yeah, we're south. Hmm.
it's at I think 6 Mile,
And
6 Mile and Haggerty.
yeah, that's like 15 miles north, or
Oh,
I can
yeah, I
go
know.
15
I keep
miles
forgetting.
east
I,
from
you're,
there.
You're so much further south than me. 'Cause
Yeah.
It takes me 30 minutes to get here. So.
Yeah. and that's another like 6 miles past
Yeah,
your
yeah,
house.
Alright.
yeah.
All right.
Anyway, so that's what we've been doing the last couple weeks.
Great.
All right.
How about you guys?
I've been wrecking a car.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! I was on my way to work on Friday night. Okay, and I was driving northbound on Beach Daily,
Mm-hmm.
almost
Minding your own business.
minding my own business, just on my way to work.
Fat, dumb, and happy.
Pretty much, yeah. I was approaching 8 Mile when all of a sudden this little white car comes zooming up beside me, and then tried to change lanes to get in front of me because I guess she wanted to turn on 8 Mile, and getting behind me wasn't an option.
I
Jeez.
hate it when drivers do
Since we
that.
were the only two cars on the road, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But when she did that, she wasn't past my car yet, and she hit my left front fender with her right rear fender. So she pit maneuvered herself. So as I'm driving down the road, her car's all of a sudden sliding down the road this way in front of me, and then she's also going forward. So then she hits the curb and is going sideways. So her car flies up in the air, and I'm driving under her car.
Under it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Holy
And then
cow.
it comes down because gravity in this situation is not your friend.
No.
And when she comes down, her tire bashed my windshield on the passenger side, and that's all smashed. on the
Oh,
passenger side.
geez.
Wow. Were there any injuries besides the
No.
vehicles? Wow.
Her car was totaled,
I
Oh.
bet.
but
Was she trying to total her car?
I have no idea. I'm getting
Hmm.
the police report on Monday.
Mhm.
Wow. So you didn't have a conversation with her while
I
you're waiting?
told her, she
for the-
walked up to me and I said, "Get the bleep away from me, or I'm gonna kill you. Wait till the cops get here."
Oh, man. Wow.
So, wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, in Detroit, if somebody says that, you get away. Because that could happen.
He wasn't in Detroit. Where were you?
I was in Redford. It's almost Detroit.
But, yeah, 8 Mile, and you're
Yeah, you
you're
probably
what, a
Beach
mile
Daily,
away from
yeah,
Detroit?
Yeah.
Are you?
Not even a mile.
All right.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the township lines on the other side of Telegraph. Even, so.
Oh, geez.
But,
Okay. Well, there you go. So, sorry to hear that, Matt.
Well, now I know what I'm doing with my tax return anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
You're
no
gonna fix
fun
your car,
stuff.
or what are you
You're
gonna
I'm
do?
gonna probably buy another used car.
Are you?
You have one in mind?
Because it's got a transmission leak that I've been just dumping fluid in. I was
Oh.
gonna fix that, but now it's
Mhm.
that and it's the windshield
And the hood and the
well,
bumper
yeah,
and
it's
Assorted
and
nicks
the
and
lights,
bruises.
the light housing's all shattered there.
yeah.
All right. Well,
So
Wow.
so
I'll scrap it, get $200 for it.
all right. Well, yeah, you probably will. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, keep us posted, Matt. As from
She
go ahead.
jumped out of the car and started yelling at me
What?
because she said it was my fault. I can't wait to see what her side of the story is on the police report.
Oh,
Yeah, if she changed lanes right in front of you like
Yeah.
that. Well, anyway.
She hit me. Is what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. So then, other than that, you worked.
Yes.
Okay.
Worked on. I have Penguicon presentations I'm working on.
Yeah, I'm working on mine too. Dolphin, swim with dolphin.
yeah. Yeah.
I
should
told
be working
Tony
with
that
mine, too.
after he listens to
I
mine.
should be working on mine too.
I just want mine to come off very smoothly, like I prepared, because I did. But anyway, I know you were telling me just before we started the show that the TV, after last week's episode, I gave you that
Oh,
TV
yes,
that
yes.
works well, and
Incredibly well.
you are going to come over to my house and help me with my network
Yes,
cabling,
I'm going
putting
to
it in the
help you
wall,
run some network cable.
because I run it now just from upstairs, down the stairs, under the rug, and into my office. And I lifted the rug up to take a look at that cable, and the outer sheath is shredded.
Oh, no.
So all I have are these little wires, but I was still getting a signal.
Yeah, I'm surprised it still works.
Yeah, so am I.
So, but yeah, I looked at it.
How
I
much
was,
crosstalk are you getting across those
Yeah.
wires? though?
You're getting like a 1 meg connection.
Yeah.
you
You should be
know,
getting 100.
well, that's interesting, because that probably, yeah, I bet I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna look tomorrow when I have my stuff up and running and see how quick it is. But yeah, so I'm just looking forward to getting that into the wall, so I don't have to have that jury rigged thing anymore.
Yeah.
So
I've got some extra cable too if you
I
guys
got a
need.
box. I got a box of cable.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the hardest part is going to be trying to figure out where the wall is upstairs and where it, I mean, no, we know where the wall is. I should have said it that way. But you have to go down the wall and through the floor and
Well, you do it inside the wall.
right,
I have
but
a drill bit that's that long.
oh,
With a
okay,
tool that lets you bend it so that you run the drill out here, you bend that in,
great,
cut a hole in the wall, and you go down through the plate.
okay,
Nice.
fantastic. All right, well, we'll figure out the details. So anyway, and then my course, my Python course, I was late for one of my little quizzes and I got no credit, but I took it
Oh.
anyway. So I forgot to take it. So
Yeah.
anyway, so there you
Keep
have
that
it.
up, you'll fail the course, man.
Yeah, no, I won't. I won't. But Claudio M is also taking it.
I heard that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we're classmates and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
All right.
that's it for me.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I had a story I forgot to tell you guys last week. So at work, I'm setting up this 7 switch stack.
Mhm.
It's 748 port
Yeah.
switches, and they all stack together. So when you're configuring it, it looks like you have 350
Yeah.
switches or switch ports.
Right.
So I plugged them in. It was the first time we finally got power in the closet, so we powered on, and the uplink for that switch stack goes. It's a fiber connection across underneath the parking lot over to the next building over, and then from there it goes under the
Around the
road
pole
over to
and-
the hospital. So it's like a couple links over, and so it goes to this aggregation switch, and that switch feeds the other building. And so I power on the switch stack, and there was because the stack didn't come up right.
Mm-hmm.
It actually took down the other building.
Did they know?
Well, as soon as it came up and I was watching, it
Oh,
was spitting
my.
off errors,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that doesn't look right. So I call up the other engineers so they can they can check the other building
Sure.
to see what's going on, or see, the aggregation switch to see why.
Did you contact him and said you
And-
fixed it and it came off
Nope,
as a hero?
I called them,
Oh.
and nobody answered. I called 3, like there's 4 people,
Yeah.
and 1 was out. So I called the 3 that was supposed to be there, and nobody answered. So I waited. I'm like, yeah, let's try this. So I turn it off, and I switch some cables, and I put it back together, and it's still giving that error. So on and off for about an hour, I was like turning this on and off a couple times, and so that building was going up and down, and I had no clue.
So their
And then
network
finally,
was going
I get
up
a
and down.
page. They're like, unplug the uplink. So I unplugged it,
Huh.
and I call them back. I was like, I tried calling you guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was an interesting. I thought it'd be a funny story then.
It is. Yeah. That's pretty good.
It could be mine is, Matt has stories from the data center. Mine could be stories from the closet.
Yeah.
No, from the networking closet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. Well,
So, yeah. Okay. So I guess
Or
we
we
can,
could just call them IDFs, Tony. Sounds a little better than
Oh,
They can hear
yeah.
in the closet.
Right.
I,
Yeah, it makes
IDF.
Intermediate distribution frame.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is that networking lingo?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. That's why I didn't know it. All right.
It's the access layer of the network.
Oh, of the OSI stack.
No.
Oh,
No, we're talking about like physical locations in a building.
Oh,
So
okay.
the access layer is the closet that's out near the computers that
Mhm.
the wires in the wall run to the access to a spot where they can access.
Okay.
And then from there it goes to like the main
Right.
the data
each
center.
computer doesn't go back to the MDF.
The
Each computer goes to an
Mhm.
IDF, and then the IDF connects back to the MDF. MDF is the main distribution frame.
Okay.
that's right.
All right. I'm sure Linux is in there somewhere.
In our operation, it is. I don't know about the others.
Oh,
All right. All right.
I mean, Cisco's built on some kind of
No, Cisco's built on Cisco.
their own, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. Well, I guess
Yeah.
we'll probably get this rolling along here.
okay. All right, then we're going on to
Matt, what's happening with the kernel?
Matt's Kernel News.
That's right, Matt.
All right. And the main line is at 4.0-RC2.
Ooh,
Oh, 4.0.
Yes.
Okay.
4.0.
That's exciting.
Hold your horses. It's coming.
Wow.
And then we have,
Did they give it a name?
I'm sure they did, but I did not look it up.
Okay.
Mm.
The latest stables 3.19.1 released on 3.6. Then we have stable kernel 3.18.9 released on 3.6. Long-term kernel 3.14.35 released on 3.6. Long-term kernel 3.10.71 released on 3.6. And the long-term kernel 3.2.68 released on 3.6. And that's all.
RC1 of the 4.0 kernel is called Herder Lama sheep.
What?
I'm trying to pronounce it correctly, and it's yeah, that's what they called it. So but that's only RC1. So
So we
hopefully
don't know what RC2 is called.
hopefully they'll call it something. Yeah, who knows?
Wow.
Yeah, herder. Is it I'm a sheep? Herder, I'm a
Yes.
sheep. Herder.
Herder, I'm a sheep.
Okay, well there we go. A little mirth in the kernel segment.
Herder, I'm a sheep.
Herder, I'm a sheep. Okay. Okay. Well.
All right. Then, thank you, Matt. And we're going on to
Tony, what's going on with the Linux distributions this week?
the distros for the last 2 weeks, and I have to
Mm-hmm.
refresh my page. Here we go. And where did we leave off? The
I think
22nd?
yeah, the first one that I've got is Tails,
Yep.
which was a distribution release. So
Oh, it was released on a good day. That was my birthday.
the 24th.
The
It was a Tuesday,
24th.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yep. So Tails 1.3 was released, and we've talked about it in the past. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a distribution designed for anonymous internet browsing via the Tor network.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to mention that in this particular release, the Mac and Linux manual installation processes no longer require the ISO hybrid command. So, according to the project, they said that removing that kind of simplifies the installation. So, and they also have two-finger scrolling trackpad settings are now enabled by default. So apparently that was something that you had to turn on before. So, and they figure it's going to help Mac users when they use it.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's what the typical Mac scroll is. It's two-finger scroll.
okay.
So if you're used to it, and the
Mhm.
touchpad supports it, so why not?
Yeah.
Like on my Chromebook, it's 2 fingers to scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to like click, just like
Tap
left
3
click, I
times on
tap. No, left click is tap with one finger. Right?
Okay.
Mhm.
A right click is tap with two fingers. But if I want to do something specific like open, you know how you
You use a mouse.
middle click? No, you know how you can middle click?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 fingers is a middle click.
Really? Wow.
I just use a mouse. It's just easier that way. But and just to wrap up Tails, their next release is scheduled for April 7th. So
All right. And it's they're talking about using Tor with this.
mhm.
Tor is broken. It can be tracked. Now it's less likely to be tracked than your normal internet. So if
But
you're
it's
going to be
not
general,
it's not a difficult thing to do.
right?
If the NSA wants to find you, Tor is not going to keep them away.
Exactly. So if you're doing anything really illegal, don't rely on Tor to think you're safe.
Yeah. Advice from Sunday Morning Linux Review. If you're going to do something
Say
illegal,
if you're doing something really illegal,
stop.
If you're very concerned about your privacy,
Yeah, there,
There we
use the
go.
Tor network.
it's all in how it's
Right.
worded. Oh,
Yeah, if you're
That does
really
not ref-
concerned about your privacy, drive to the person that you're trying to talk with.
Sneakernet.
That's right.
sneaker net. There you go. All right.
All right.
What's our next one?
Next one up is KOS 2015.02,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the new version of their rolling release
Yeah.
featuring the Plasma 5 desktop.
Yes. And as a matter of fact, speaking of Plasma 5, next month when Kubuntu comes out, it's going to have Plasma 5 in it. I'm very excited to see it.
What is the big deal with it?
It's the kind of the major upgrade of the KDE frame.
But what does it do for me, the average user?
Well,
Prettiness,
what they've done is they've kind of separated the various components, and it's going to allow them to, I think, extend them into the future, just because they're not kind of bundled together as one, one single
So in other words,
compilation.
nothing.
Matt's wondering, what is he actually going to see physically, or
Yeah. Is there going to be an
see
actual
something
change?
different? Like
Am I gonna
how
have
it
to jump ship
works,
for
or-
LX?
Yeah, you're going to get a nice new icon set.
Am I gonna have to jump ship for LXDE
No,
again?
no, no, I don't think so at all. I just think it's going to, it's just going to enable the developers to more easily extend it into the future, because it's kind of, I mean, it's under the umbrella, but the broad umbrella.
Also, didn't they pull KDE and Live in? I'm just like something's clicking back in my head now.
Did
Did
you look at my show notes? I put that up there. Yes.
No, I did not.
Yes,
So-
KDE. It's going to be part of. That's it.
Oops.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it was one of
man.
my KDE corner ones.
Wait,
Kden Live is going to be
I thought-
released with the KDE applications.
previously KDN
It was-
Live was not part of KDE.
Right, they were
Officially.
Not, right, they were not officially.
They're a
part of KDE.
But
KDE
now
app,
it
but
is,
they're
huh?
not officially a KDE
Right,
app. But they,
But now they are.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
because I thought I'd read something about that this week. I did not mean to steal your thunder, Mary.
no, that's all right. That's all right. But anyway, one other thing too about the KDE, the KDE Frameworks 5 and KDE Plasma 5 and KDE Applications 5. I mean, that's kind of the split after KDE software compilation. Remember KDE SC 4.12 and whatever. So that's how they've kind of framed it out. You've got the desktop, you've got the framework, the development framework, and then you've got the applications. So the nice thing about this is that each application now is going to be able to kind of select its own development pace and not have to be as dependent on other components as it has in the past. So
All right.
I just scrolled ahead to my KDE corner. So it's half done
Yeah.
now.
Sorry, Tony. Didn't mean to turn your distro into KDE corner.
It's
I didn't
alright.
mind. All right. Just wrapping up KOS or KOS.
I'd say chaos.
Yeah.
Or chaos.
They're
Mm.
yeah, they the Calamari's installer framework, which I think they started using in December when they had their December release. They actually released it before the installer had its first stable release, which occurred in February last month. So This particular release now has over 40 bug fixes, and they've got some new features that are going to be a part of it. And then also for UEFI installs, CowOS, they're using it, and maybe it's mentioned in the distro watch blurb there, but they're using Gummy Boot, which apparently is the boot system you use for UEFI, which I have not even looked into that yet at all. So
Interesting.
yeah. So anyway, but they've got a few little issues there regarding UEFI installs. You can't use the 3 automated partitioning options. Only the 4th one can be used, which I think is more manual. So, but other than that, it's a great release.
All right.
No, I won't jump it any further. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, don't, because well, I'll wait.
All right.
All right, Tony.
So on the 26th, we have Vine Linux 6.3, and this is a general purpose Japanese Linux distribution, and one of the world's oldest one, with the beginnings back in 1999.
Yeah, actually, and the first time it appeared on DistroWatch was back in March of 2002.
You can't take anything seriously that's still using GNOME 232 as their default desktop. It's how long has it been since that was developed? How long?
GNOME 2? Yeah, that's
Probably as long as the Trinity desktop.
Exactly.
I thought you liked Trinity, didn't you? At one time?
Yeah, but it's not being developed.
Okay.
It's done.
Yeah. Well,
well, if it's secure, why not?
Yeah. Matt does not approve. But I mean, the last time Vine Linux had a release was back in October of 2013. So it's been a while.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sure they're working on it, Matt.
I mean, switch to Mate. Do something. Don't use crap, which is what they're doing. They're saying, "Hey, we like our users so much, we're just going to give you crap."
Or they're saying this is ultra stable.
We're
we
just going
know
to give
there's
you
no
crap.
problems with it.
Here is a pile of crap.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move on before we're living it.
Yeah. Next
right.
up is Quirky 7.0, and their minimalist distribution, experimental desktop distribution, originally forked off of Puppy.
Yeah, that's why their logo is that.
It's a funny looking
Code
dog.
name April. Yeah.
Ah.
And yeah, it's intended to be installed as a full installation. So you can either put it on a USB flash drive or a hard drive partition.
Right.
So
as opposed to Puppy, which is meant to be a live boot distribution.
Yeah. So, and it's pretty lightweight as far as disk size too. It's just 131 megs, 0.8 meg. So.
Yeah. All right. Next up we have is IP Fire 2.17 Core 87, and that's a firewall distribution. That's one I used to run, but I went on to IP or pfSense instead. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing they mentioned on the project's website is they were, and I just wonder if, and I'm sure it'll be continuing, but they were expressing disappointment that so few people participate in the testing of the release. So.
Does that maybe tell them nobody's using their release?
Well, that's that might be.
Well, I thought it was really good. I liked it. It was a simple interface that you could do what you wanted. The only reason I moved away from it is because I wanted IPv6.
Right. pfSense has got a very simple interface.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe not compared to IP Fire, but it's a pretty simple interface. It really does.
It's web-based, Tony.
Yeah.
It's simple.
All firewall distributions are web-based.
I was just being funny.
Okay.
Obviously not succeeding.
When I used to use it, I thought it was a pretty simple interface.
All right. No, yeah, I mean it's
you're not writing
It's somewhat
config files.
Right. No, yeah, and it's somewhat intuitive, so you can
And-
figure it out. It's
And
not
what are the
hard.
choices? Forward,
just-
drop, or what?
It's
No,
just
no,
not
it
very
does a lot
easy
more than
to.
that, Mary.
Yeah.
All right, I know.
Um,
But,
I've seen the rules. IP was IP tables.
well,
It uses
no, it's
PF.
use PF, hence the name PF Sense.
yeah.
Oh,
so-
I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about IP Fire,
no.
the one that was on the distro watch page.
Oh yeah,
That's the
yeah.
one I'm talking about. I don't know what you two are talking about. No, I know PF Sense, the BSD. So, all right.
And they actually said that there's stable versions for the ARM platform, so you can run it on the Banana Pi, Banana
Mhm.
Pro. So check out their wiki for those installation support,
Yeah, and
which
now
actually sounds really cool. I'd like to run it on a Banana
Banana Pi.
Pro. Yeah, one of the two, because
Mhm.
you throw, as long as there's 2 NICs and you can run it on a tiny little box, fanless box. That's
Oh,
the best
yeah,
thing,
that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, this release of IP Fire now allows you to use the XFS file system, and you can put it on a, again, if it was specialized, I'm not sure why you want to put it on a disk that's larger than 2 terabytes, but you can. So,
All right.
and because they rewrote the entire partitioning utility. So,
Yeah. Well, the reason that some people will use it as like a Samba share or an
Mhm.
FTP server.
oh, sure.
So running and what you can do is instead of running, I do not suggest running your main firewall and a Samba share on the same box.
No.
But what you
Mhm.
can do is you can run it in 2 different boxes. Run IP Fire as your main firewall, and then run IP Fire again as your
I don't know. See, that's another thing. Are
other
you,
stuff.
are you a firewall or are you my file server? I mean, make up your mind. I mean,
Well,
there's
it
other
gives you-
distros out there that
Yeah.
have specialized in being file servers. And
But you only
they're
have to
much
learn.
better at it.
You only have to learn one interface,
Oh,
and you
'cause
can
we use Linux
configure
'cause
multiple.
We don't like learning. That's why we use Linux.
So you're saying that only people that want to learn and do extra work should be using Linux?
Not extra work, but learn. Yes. If you don't want to learn, stick with that Windows crap.
There you go. Pearls of
Alright.
wisdom from Matt.
All right. Let's continue on.
Okay.
Wow, there's quite a few to skip.
Mhm.
And
Porteous, I think, is our next one.
That's
Yes.
right. Porteous on
Porteous Kiosk.
3.3.0, and that was released on March 2nd. And it's a lightweight Gen 2 based distro for web kiosks.
Yeah, they've and actually in this release, I'm not sure if it says it there. Or I'm sorry, Tony, do you have something else to say about it?
No,
Okay, I was just going to mention that they implemented support for WPA2 Enterprise wireless authentication method. And
nice.
yeah, and they added support for auto mounting of removable devices with FAT, NTFS, XFS, and ISO 9660 file systems. So,
That'd be
yeah, so they've
convenient.
got
So you can
some-
go walk up to the web kiosk and download something, stick it on your flash drive,
Mhm.
and walk away.
Yeah. Well, and something else they've introduced in this one that wasn't in previous ones was they have developed a central location like to manage multiple kiosks.
oh
You
yeah,
can-
yeah.
You put the file on the one server and then it'll push it to the
hmm
Oh, all
other
right.
servers.
Yeah, that's really convenient.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And we have Red Hat Linux 7.1,
And then
or Red Hat Linux Enterprise.
So next show
be sending the clones
Seno 7.1 and Scientific 7.1.
and Oracle Linux.
Oh yeah.
We should just
Oh,
list the
forgot
ones we
about
think.
Oracle.
Yeah.
Ooh. That
What,
reminds me, later in the show, say Oracle again at some point.
All right. Oracle. Oh, it says that too quick.
I don't want to interrupt the distros as soon as they're over.
I'm
All
sorry,
right.
Tony. We do this every week or every
Yes, we do.
episode. We take Tony's segment and we just trash it. Go ahead,
Sorry.
Tony.
It's so involved. It just sparks other conversations.
It
Yeah,
is.
and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
That's good. All right, now we have the distribution release that Matt says is not a distribution. Linux from scratch 7.7.
Yeah,
It's not an actual distribution because it's a book of how
That's
to
right.
build your
Oh
own
no, it's an
Linux.
actual distribution.
A distribution of a book.
No, but you're building it yourself. Yeah, so you can put. My only requirement to make it a desktop distribution
is that I have an office suite?
is that it has an office.
Well, no, I know,
Uh-huh.
but a previous conversation you said that Linux from scratch is not a distribution.
suite. Yeah, I've loosened that up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Linux from scratch is a distribution, and so is that other wizard one, whatever the hell that is
the other
called.
wizard,
Sorcery or something like that.
Oh.
Magia.
No,
No.
I think it might be defunct. I think I might be showing my age.
Or you're channeling an old Is It Alive?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
the
called
other.
sorcery.
Uh,
They build everything from source.
oh, yeah, that's
Oh.
clever. Oh, the other thing too at Linux from scratch is the other update is that they widen the margin, page margin. That's a joke. Oh, all right.
They widened the margin.
Yeah.
Change the font size.
Okay.
right,
One of
all right.
these days, though, I'm going to surprise you all, and
Yeah,
my
yeah,
review is going to be Linux from
You
scratch.
keep threatening
I know. I think the threat started with 7.2,
us.
and now we're up to
a
7.7
while ago.
a while ago. Yes.
All right, and the last one we have on our list was released on March 8th, and it's Tiny Core Linux
Which is this morning.
6.1. That's right.
All right.
And they're stable minimalist. It's a 15 meg download.
Yeah. Woo. Hey, you remember when I reviewed this? I didn't
Yeah.
realize.
I've used it. I tried to build an
Mhm.
RDP client with it once.
Oh yeah.
How'd that work for
I
you?
could only get it half working, so not too well.
First half or second half?
It would
Oh,
connect
Uh-huh.
sometimes. So, which is not very useful when you're in a
No,
production situation.
not
Right.
useful at all. But kudos to you for trying that.
Yeah, because I just didn't want to. So I finally had to hack Windows 2000.
Oh,
All right. So we're going on to
The distro of the week, according to Distro Watch, calculated by website hits per day.
the top 5. We have number 5 is OpenSUSE with 1430.
And trending up
Number 4 is Manjaro with 1524.
and trending up.
Number 3 is Debian with only a 10-point lead for 1534.
sound a little
And
nervous.
trending up
Number 2 is Ubuntu with 1643.
and trending down.
Yeah. And then the number 1 spot is Mint
Gotta love that minty goodness.
with 3187.
And trending up.
That's right. And FreeBSD is coming in at a strong. Well, actually, it's even level at 31.
No. Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
no, refresh.
Yeah,
And,
I'm looking at it. So
yeah.
I kind of believe her.
And PCBSD is sitting at number 56 and trending up.
All right.
All right.
Hey, speaking of that, I thought I read some rumbling, and this is, and the rumbling actually occurred a few months ago, at least last year, about a Well, I'm not going to call it a distribution because it's a BSD, but do you remember the old desktop BSD?
No.
Yeah, there was
The
one.
desktop BSDs I'm familiar with are PCBSD, Firefly.
No, its
Dragonfly
name is
BSD.
desktop.
No, I never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was based on FreeBSD, and it went defunct. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But there's been, I think they're looking for some
Why? I mean,
developers
you've
or
got PCBSD and you've got Dragonfly BSD.
yeah. Well, PCBSD is so polished these days. I mean, they'd have to really work hard to match it. So I don't know. I just saw that and just wanted to mention it. So okay, I guess we're moving on.
Yeah, we're moving on to
It's time for the tech news of the week.
the news. So
The news.
the news.
So, Mary, I think you had quite a few news stories.
I have quite a few KDE Corner things and one news story.
All right.
How about
All
that?
right.
Will that work for you?
That's one news story. that I have.
Actually, it's an interesting news story though, because just to,
I'll add my 2 cents.
yeah, no, you can definitely weigh in on this one. There was a posting a couple of days ago, actually in numerous venues, that VMware is being sued for failing to comply with the GPL
By the
V2.
oppressive GPL overlords.
Oh,
Well, I mean, but it's a license, and
It is a license, and they should comply with it.
yes, they
If
should.
you choose to use GPL software, you should comply with the GPL.
Oppressive though it may be.
Oppressive though it may be, because everyone has the right to choose the license for their software and how it will be used. And even if people want to choose badly and choose the GPL, then if you use that software, you have to abide by the GPL.
But the thing, this lawsuit really cuts to some pretty core, their bare metal hypervisor. It's the ESXi.
ESXi.
Yeah, they're which I think is their enterprise hypervisor. I mean,
Yeah.
that's some pretty important software for them. So that if
Yes.
that's being involved in this lawsuit, and if it's proven that they did indeed violate it, and usually don't when these suits are filed, don't they typically find that they have violated?
Yes, and they know they violated them, and they've always approached the company first to try and rectify it. The company said, "Take a hike."
Yeah, they've been trying to work with them for several years.
So what lesson do we take away from this? Stop using stuff that's licensed under the oppressive GPL.
Or contribute back.
Period.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that I think the Free Software Conservancy, they said that apparently that there is a ton of violations. I mean, that companies and entities are violating it, and so I think what they're trying to do is they're going after like
Right,
a big.
Exactly. There's companies violate the GPL constantly because the GPL is oppressive. That's why smart companies like Netflix and Facebook chose BSD.
Mhm.
I mean, what did I say? Did I say Facebook?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Yeah, Netflix and Facebook.
And FlightAware and WhatsApp.
Yeah. Tons of them have chosen BSD because it's a much more corporately friendly license. I'm sorry. And more corporations really should come to understand that and get off this GPL bandwagon, because it's just crap. It's oppressive. It's just as oppressive as proprietary software.
Yeah.
Just because you happen to agree with its oppressiveness doesn't make it not oppressive.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as far as I'm concerned, if they took that I say intellectual property. I mean, if they took that code and are using it, and I didn't give back or do whatever they're supposed to do, then it's going to be interesting. Now, this is filed in Germany too, because the guy that I know that the Software Conservancy.
I thought it had to be filed from wherever whoever is holding the patent. Like if it was a German contributor to the kernel,
Mhm.
so
It was.
So his
Okay, that's
would be Germany. So
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this one will be well. I'm gonna follow this and just keep up with it and report back when there's updates. So, but anyway, that one really did catch my eye, just because VMware. I mean, that's just a huge company. And I remember from my job that a lot of customers, when they'd put together their system configuration for our software, at least half of them were using VMware virtual machines. So.
Oh yeah. In the enterprise, VMware is the brand to use
exactly
for hypervisors.
So, but anyway, but VMware does say their director of corporate public relations, Michael Thacker, replied, "We believe this is standard legal speak. We believe the lawsuit is without merit." That's every time they're refuting it, they'll say it's without merit.
It's probably not without merit.
Well, they say that that's the standard phraseology. VMware embraces, participates in, and is committed to the open source community. We believe we will prevail on all issues through the judicial process in Germany. We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
So anyway, but that
'Cause
was.
I think VMware violated it,
Mhm.
even though I don't agree with it. I use GPL software myself just because that's what I started out with. So I'm not going to switch over to BSD. The learning curve, I'm too old. The learning curve's too steep. But
It's not that steep.
so.
Are you saying something about not wanting to learn?
Oh, touche, Mary.
That was a friendly joke.
At my age, I pick and choose my learning.
I hear you. I hear you. Oh. Anyway, and the only other thing I had, and this is not a news item, but is more of a cool tool. So I guess we could probably wait until that segment to share it.
Okay.
So Tony, you let me know when you want me to talk about it.
I have a couple articles, and then I figured we can
Okay.
talk. Actually, one news article, and the other is kind of a how-to. But Ubuntu is switching to System D. So right now they're not using an
Tomorrow?
V. Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh.
I thought that
They're using Upstart.
No.
Yeah,
it's
Ubuntu's
on
been using Upstart.
But no, isn't this on just like a particular?
I think you're right.
Particular kind of. I read this, and it was, from what I took away from the article I read was that it wasn't general Ubuntu. It was some special part of it.
I don't know, but they're exhorting people to grab their pitchforks.
That's right. What I'm reading right in this article from the Register is that on Monday, March 9th, that's tomorrow, they will be reconfiguring the code base for the forthcoming versions of the OS. So, and what they're supposing is that
the release next
Ubuntu
month,
14.0 or 15.04, which the next release will have System D as the default instead of Upstart. So there we go. Check it out.
Well, you don't run Ubuntu anyway, so you don't care.
I'm already using System D.
I was gonna just slide that right in, Matt.
But
Thank you.
The difference, though, is I use my laptop very differently than I use a server.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's bad news for servers.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just don't want to learn.
I got a System D to SysBegin at cheat sheet -junkie.org.
There you go. Oh, that sounds like a very useful tool.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
Tony.
And then mine, I guess it would probably go more under the cool tools area, but it's a little how-to of. It's called PHP VirtualBox.
PHP VirtualBox.
Yeah. So VirtualBox right now, you have to run their GUI app to be able to create and start up VMs or virtual machines on your desktop. And there's a long and drawn out process if you want to try to script it to start a VM every time you boot and stuff like that. Well, now you can do that through the web interface. So you can now potentially run it on a headless server and have a web interface you can remote into or just connect through your web browser instead of having to have a full X desktop running all the time to just get in to start up your VMs. So it's called PHP VirtualBox.
So so this is starting in the maintaining and any configuring of those virtual machines is done from a web interface that you could just remote into that box and do it that way.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's I think it's significant, and because I've tried it in the past and I went away from it just because I couldn't do it on a headless server, so I just I'll run it on my desktop every once in a while when I need to run something. So there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's basically it's apt-get Apache plus a couple other mods, and then download the zip file of the source, and it's just source of PHP, and then you have to set up a database. So it walks you through doing it, and then you log in and
looks straightforward.
Yeah, and the web interface looks very similar to the GUI that you have on your desktop. It looks cool.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it lists. Yeah, it lists the various components. Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's all I have now.
Okay. Um.
So you can go. You can talk about anything you want now, Mary.
All right.
Katie Corner.
Not yet. Again, I've got this. Turn your browser into Notepad. Um. And actually, Josh Williams had posted this, but I recall posting this on a little wiki area where I worked, because I used to have these little tools, open source tools for Windows users, and I tell them about this. And I remember posting this where you can simply, and there's going to be a link to this in the show notes, but the link talks about doing it in Chrome, but you can actually do it in Firefox. And what I did is I saved this this little snippet of text here, and again, it's data:/text/HTML, comma, and then in kind of the caret brackets, HTML space content editable. When you just pop that into your browser, you can start typing in your browser. So I saved that as my home page in Chrome. So whenever Chrome opens up, I can just start typing in there like Notepad or like Kate. I think I better be saying Kate, not Notepad.
Wow. I use both Kwrite and Kate for different things, and one of them is always open on my desktop
Yeah.
at all times,
Yeah.
just for notes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So if you don't do it that way and you want to just have that as your browser homepage, it's nice. You click on the browser and there's your.
except in Kate and in Kwrite, I have it set up so that it works like Vi. So
I think we had that
if I
conversation. I
can't-
remember
if I
that.
can't turn
Was
this
it
into-
insert mode and command mode?
Yeah, so if I can't turn this into Vi, probably not.
No, it's just like an empty piece of paper. But you can print it though.
So are Kate and
Yeah.
Kwrite.
An
Just gotta
empty HTML piece of paper. So anyway, but it's
How
pretty
do you
slick.
save your notes then if you want to save them?
Oh, well, that's a great question. Now I printed it.
Probably file. And
I bet you
save.
can do file save.
Control S. Probably.
I'm gonna try this. This should still work in BSD, shouldn't it? Because it's
Chrome.
it's
Yeah, if it's Chrome, it should.
yeah.
Work.
Yeah, look at there. Oops, here we go. There. Now I'm gonna print this. Print, or what was I gonna do? Save it is what I was gonna do, right? Save page as. Index.
I would save it as something not indexed.
Yeah, it's kind of basic. How
Just foobar.text.
do you spell
But
foobar? No, just
HTML.
Not HTML, yeah, maybe.
HTML. Okay, there we go. And it's in download. So now I'm just saving it right now. And now I'm going to go into downloads, and there it is. Whoops. And
Oh no, it's
no,
still
it's the
open.
same one.
No, that's
No, it is. It's the same one.
You can see. No, it's different. Look at.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. So there it is.
Yeah, and Control S does work to save. That's
Well,
Does
where
it?
Does it save it then?
it pops up and asks you where do you want to save it.
Okay.
Okay. So there you have it. It's really pretty slick. So and again, as I
It is
said,
not bad. I might actually.
I
might
save it
actually
as my
have to
homepage.
use that
Yeah.
sometimes.
So.
That would come in because with my Chromebook, I had to actually download another utility called Text
Mhm.
that I have to fire up.
Okay.
But now I could just keep them right in Chrome. That's great. That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah. So all right.
Yeah.
So
I just added it to my bookmarks.
So that's this week's cool tool, and a thank you to Josh Williams for the reminder that about that, because he had posted it. But there'll be a link to that, so everybody can take a look at that if they like.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. So should we? Let me know when you want KDE Corner.
Now, how about now?
I'm pushing it. I'm selling KDE Corner. All
KDE
right.
Corner.
Yes.
Although, do we have to say Oracle?
Oracle.
Oracle. Oracle.
Did you see his face?
This is hilarious. There's a new TLD
Mm-hmm.
called
TLD.
Solutions.
Top level domain.
Oh,
So
okay.
It's like .com.
Oh,
.net,
okay.
.us.
Dot solutions.
Okay.
Go to bad.solutions.
Bad dot solutions.
Bad.solutions.
All right, Tony, you're gonna go there for us. Oracle.
Redirects to oracle.com.
It redirects to Oracle. Oh my God.
Bad solutions.
That's funny. Oh,
Oh my goodness. Whoever did that is
It's great. Hey,
clever.
and there's also another one, loser.com. If I ever meet that guy, I'm buying him a beer.
Loser.com.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, Tony, why don't you try that one?
That
Oh.
one's not really tech related.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll go on from here.
I mean, it's not bad.
No, you got
It's definitely safe for
one
work.
oh. Yeah.
a looser.
Looser. Looser and tighter.
Loser.
All right.
Loser.com might
Kanye
not.
West.
Yeah.
I know, but it may not bring us something that we want to see
Kanye
today.
West.
Yeah. No, I said it's definitely safe for
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
it,
is.
it takes you to Kanye West.
Kanye
That's
West
funny.
Wikipedia.
page.
That's funny.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on. Enough of Matt's hijinks. All right, KDE Corner. This last go around here, this last week or so, Calligra 2.9 was released, and included in that, of course, is the very helpful Kexi database system. And this particular release has over 150 improvements, so they're saying it's very stable and easy to use. And actually, I should really put Kexi through its paces and build, add a couple tables and put some forms together and some reports and just see how it works, because I have yet to find a desktop client for databases that works as well as Access.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But anyway, so it is. It's got dedicated support for KDE Plasma 5, so they're kind of again looking forward in their release. The next thing is Kubuntu Beta was released, and the default desktop for this release is Plasma 5. And actually, I downloaded it, and I'm going to check it out this next couple weeks here. Take a look at it and report back. We already talked about Kden Live. That's going to be released with the KDE applications. It's part of that group now, so that's exciting to see. Conversine 9.1 was released. Now, Conversine, the name kind of gives you the impression it's like a chat client. It is not. It is an image, a batch image editor, and it uses the ImageMagick libraries and other back-end utilities in a very nice user interface, so that you can change groups of images, resize them, do any number of things, convert them. Again, all with a mouse clicker too. So that's Conversine. I've installed it and I've used it and like it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then the last thing I've got is KDE was accepted to Google's Summer of Code 2015. So more configurations.
So was OpenBSD.
Oh, really? Oh, I think I saw something about that. Thank you for mentioning that. So there's a whole list of projects under the KDE umbrella that the students or whomever is going to be participating can work on. So that just can only mean good things. And one thing under the K-developed project is Clang integration.
Very good.
So anyway, so that, gentlemen, is this episode's KDE Corner.
Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley.
Indeed. All right.
For a second, going back to that, Conversine.
Mhm.
That if I was running KDE, I definitely would run that, because I like ImageMagick, and I have scripts that do similar things.
Yeah. 'Cause we talked a few years ago. We were doing
yeah.
some stuff with it. Remember that?
You and I did a
Mhm.
co-presentation on
Mhm.
ImageMagick
Yeah.
We did.
about
The
5
MD
years
Lug.
ago.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
My goats, because I do so little editing with photos, and what I do is very big what I do use
Yeah.
it for
Yeah.
is very basic. So
and so this would be perfect for you, because all
well, my
it is
go-to is Pinta.
resizing.
You can't get more basic than Pinta.
But I don't know. All this does is resizing and re-encoding the
Can I
like,
write
lower
on pictures?
qualities and.
Can you write on
No.
picture? No,
See,
this is.
that's what I do.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
a paint.
ImageMagick does
It's like
have
paint.
Pinta.
features that will let you do it, but
Pinta.
That's
It's
probably-
so easy to use. It's great.
That's probably paint in Spanish.
No, it's the
Colum-
Linux version of
Paint.
paint.net.
Mm-hmm. Okay. There you go.
Pinta, painting made easy or simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is simple. It's a great, great software.
Oh, Pinta is a ship.
Yes, it is.
La Pinta.
The
You've heard of
Nina,
that,
the
right?
Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
That's right.
Yeah, who owned those ships?
Queen
Spain.
Isabella.
That's right. Yes.
yeah.
Well, you're both right. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right, that's enough of the history lesson.
Right.
And we've got Linux convention scene when you're ready.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Got what?
The
Linux convention scene. So, all right, let's actually, it's the Linux and BSD convention scene because this month we've got Asia BSD Con 2015. That's
Yes.
12th through the 15th of March at the Tokyo University of Science in Tokyo, Japan. And that's a conference, of course, for users and developers on BSD-based systems. So there'll be a link to that in the show notes. On March 21st and 22nd, there's Linux Tag Chemnitzer 2015. This particular Linux convention is really packed for 2 days. They've got 6 tracks on Saturday, 6 tracks on Sunday. Like Saturday, for example, they have a kernel track, they've got a databases track, publishing, programming, and then a desktop track. And then on Sunday, they have 6 different ones. Society and Matt's favorite, System D. I mean, that's Society and System D. Those are 2 separate tracks.
I realize that.
Then they've got one called Linux. Oh my God, what's that about? Storage, and then identity management, and then cluster virtualization. So that's all at the Linux Tag in Chemnitzer, Germany. Also on March 21st and 22nd, we've got the first annual Kansas Linux Fest. This is going to be at the Lawrence Public Library in
This is the
Lawrence.
first annual?
First annual. It is,
It's the
yes.
First annual?
First annual.
Yeah, we actually have a soundbite for that.
And they have a super nifty logo.
They do.
They do.
Linux in a wheat field. I mean, ducks in a wheat field.
Well, there's more than that to it.
Well, oh, I had stars. Had stuff in there.
Right.
Okay, I was busy writing. I didn't look at the logo. I didn't look at the pictures. But anyway, this is the first in a yearly conference series to promote the sharing of knowledge in code in Kansas. So they've got
Where
yeah,
is that?
Lawrence.
Does even know where Kansas is?
Yes,
It's
it's right north of Oklahoma.
yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
$5.
The entire
Kansas is north of Oklahoma?
Yes.
I always
Yeah.
thought it was under Missouri.
No, it is west of Missouri.
So here, let's switch modes to geographical
No, let's
classes.
I think you should go to Google
Brought to you by
Google
Southern Wyoming
Earth.
Mix
No one knows where Kansas is or cares. Let's go.
We
Yeah.
do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We
You
do.
know what? Actually, my mom grew up in the Panhandle, Oklahoma. She was born in Kansas.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spent some time in a facility.
And
when I was
Kansas
much
is west
younger.
of Missouri.
Okay.
North of Missouri is
I'll take
Iowa.
your word for it.
Okay.
You're right. Missouri is north of Iowa's north of Missouri. I know that because when I worked in Iowa, I had to go to Missouri to teach a class.
You ever heard of Kansas City, Missouri?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's right across the
thought it
river
was-
from Kansas City.
Kansas. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
on the west side of the state.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. But anyway, I went to I was in this facility and one of the other gentlemen there was from Kansas and I always used to call him Wheat and it used to piss him off.
Oh my gosh.
You know, when you say facility, it makes me think of a.
We'll just leave it at that, Tony.
All right. But anyway, so there'll be a link to Kansas Linux Fest in the show notes. And then also there's a link to Open Kansas, which is another open
As
source.
opposed to closed Kansas.
That's right. It's open. So anyway, so that's great. I wish them great success.
Can we take a second here to play their promo
Yeah, go ahead.
for the Kansas Linux Fest?
It is my honor to announce the first annual Kansas Linux Fest, hosted at the Lawrence Public Library in Lawrence, Kansas, March 21st and 22nd, 2015. The Kansas Linux Fest is a project of the Free Libre Open Source and Open Knowledge Association of Kansas. Details may be found at www.kansaslinuxfest.us. Speakers will include open source advocate Dave Lester, Hal Gottfried, co-founder of the Open Hardware Evangelist Kansas City Open Hardware Group, David Stokes, MySQL Community Manager at Oracle, Ben C. Roos, Technology Consultant for Live Performance, Kevin Lane, Technical Consultant Level 4 at HP Enterprise Services, Jonathan George, CEO at Boxcar, and me, 5150, podcaster and cast member of the Colonel Panic Allcast, Linux Slugcast, and Hacker Public Radio.
Okay,
right.
there. Everything you wanted to know about Kansas Linux Fest. So,
All right.
okay. And wrapping up this month's Linux convention scene on the 24th through the 26th of March, we've got FLOSS UK Spring Conference 2015. Now, this is going to be at the Hilton York in York, England. That's Old York, not New York. This is the UK's only conference aimed specifically at system and network administrators. It attracts a large number of professionals from sites of all shapes and sizes, as well as technical. Hang on, this is off my screen. As well as technical talks, and the conference provides a friendly environment for delegates to meet, learn, and enjoy lively debate on a host of subjects. Now, some of the subjects we're going to be talking about are, for example, an introduction to ButterFS or BetterFS, or whatever we want to call it.
Friend of the show. I don't know whether to use his handle or his name. I use his
Handle,
his name. I'll use Eric.
Oh, okay.
Friend of the show, Eric.
Yeah.
He uses ButterFS on his
Does he?
personal servers, and
Mm-hmm.
he was upgrading his disks recently, and had a bit of a problem where ButterFS just said, "Well, I don't know what file system I am."
Oh my God! Oh,
no.
my
He
gosh!
was able to recover it though.
Oh wow! And another talk is intrusion detection using the Linux audit system, and then another one too, enhancing SSH for security and utility. And again, that's in New York, England, and there'll be a link to that in the show notes. And that is the March Linux convention scene in BSD.
All right.
So, I guess we're moving on to
Tooltip.
Tooltip.
The tooltip. Oh
Hold
my
on.
gosh.
And we have a soundbite for it.
Tools from the toolbox.
All right. I almost forgot I was supposed to do one of these. Where's my cursor? Oh, it would help if we were actually on my touchpad.
Are you two fingers scrolling?
No, I was
Okay.
I was over here, not on my touchpad. Going, why is nothing moving?
No, if you had a mouse, that never would have happened.
Yeah. Anyway, today's tooltip is going to be putting special characters in your document with Vim.
What kind of document?
Any document you want, Mary.
Okay.
And I think something got messed up with my thing because somehow my
He lost his
little
whole
thing here
tooltip.
starts with N and then it says
The end.
WWN. So I just don't know. So we'll just start it with the when. When creating a document for human consumption rather than some config file or a script, you may sometimes need to enter a special character. These are characters which cannot be entered with a single key press, but require a key combination, like letters with a diacritical mark, such as A with that funny symbol, E with that funny symbol, and O with that funny symbol, because I don't know what they're really called. and Vim calls these diagraphs. Characters with special meanings, like the registered symbol for a trademark or the copyright symbol or a section symbol, and along with control characters like an escape character. For the purpose of this short tutorial, we are not going to discuss Vim's alternative multi-byte input methods. I am also assuming that you use a US or UK keyboard layout. A US or UK keyboard layout, mostly do your typing in English. Sorry to the rest of the world, but that's what I have and use. You should also be using Vim in a UTF-8 compatible terminal and have your encoding set to set encoding equals UTF-8 in your Vim RC config. Vim has an easy shorthand to input diagraphs. You use this in insert mode or command mode, not in normal mode. This is one of the very few times you'll use the control key in insert mode. You use Control K followed by two printable characters in succession like this. You would do Control K and then an A and a colon, and it would make an A with that funny sideways colon thing over the top of it.
That
Mu?
is that a technical term?
Yeah, I
that
have no
funny
idea what
side.
I think
these
it's the
things are
MU, isn't
called.
it?
I don't know. If that's what it is, great.
All right,
So,
Matt.
And then there you would do Control K E and a single quote, and it would give you the E with that kind of slanted
Accent.
Accent.
Yes, thank you. And O and the caret. Control
Maybe-
K and O with caret gives you O with a
I think I think that's the MU.
okay. Gives you O with that carety thing over the top of it.
Yeah.
And then there's a German letter that you might be familiar with.
Umlaut.
No, called Eschalt. I think it's called.
It looks like a double
Looks
S.
like a B?
Yes, it looks like a double S.
But oh,
And that you do with Control K, SS, and it makes that Eschalt. Eschalt or
Ooh.
something.
ooh.
Control K SS.
And this. You had to go
Okay.
there, Tony.
Okay.
This sample is very small compared to what Vim can do with diagraphs. To see a complete list of diagraphs, just type :diagraph in normal mode in Vim, and it'll give you a complete list of the diagraphs that are available.
Wow.
Hmm. Nice.
Then Vim also has a way to enter Unicode. It's just easier to remember a 2-character mnemonic than a 4-digit arbitrary code. However, for the Unicode characters with no diagraph equivalent, you need to use the Unicode. And you do that with you do Control V instead of Control K, and then you press and hold the U key and enter, like, to get the registered trademark symbol, you do Control V and then hold down U and do 00AE, and it will make the registered trademark symbol. And Control V and then U with 00A9 gives you the copyright symbol. Control V and then U with 00A7 gives you the section symbol, and Control V U with 00A1 would give you that funny upside down exclamation you see in those foreign languages. You can also print other characters with special meanings.
Our ambassador to the world,
Yes.
Matt Enders.
Thank you. The original ugly American. You would use the Control V combination and then the key you need the symbol for. So, like, if you hit Control V and then the backspace key, it's actually going to print a caret question mark, which is what means backspace. And if you do Control V Enter, it's going to print a caret M, uppercase M. And Control V Escape will print uppercase and then the left bracket. Left
Okay.
square bracket.
Okay.
Which I'm sure we've all seen that caret and left square bracket, because when your terminal kind of fudges up, you get
Yeah.
a lot of those
Yep.
sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, that's it. You can get a complete list of Unicodes to use here. Link in the show notes.
Sweet.
And that's it.
All right.
Cool. Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Okay.
Buy rolls, Emacs rolls.
I like Nano, but Emacs is kind of horrible.
All right. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
All right, we got that sorted out.
All
So
right.
Tony, better get us back on track.
All right.
I think we
That's
have
right.
what do we have next?
I have a security corner.
Okay.
I found an article that we can chat about. I was going to throw it in the show notes right now, but that can wait. All right, it's called Renaissance Tool Linked to French Intelligence Malware Barbar.
Babar.
Babar.
And yeah,
Not
this
Babar?
actually, if you read through it, it's a little comical.
Babar.
It is
Because
Babar.
Babar.
That's hilarious.
Well,
Isn't that a bear or something? Isn't
continue
that like a
on.
little French?
It's an
That little
yeah, it's
okay.
it's a cartoon character,
Right.
French.
and
Yes.
this specific one is called Casper, like the Casper, the friendly ghost.
Yep.
Thank you,
And-
my CB handle,
Oh yeah,
Casper.
and they said experts discovered several similarities between Casper, Barbar, Evil Bunny, and Nbot. That they seem to be linked to the cartoon malware families. So, right. Oh, it's funny. But they're saying the experts that they're talking about are ESENT. Where is it? I was looking for the. I don't know what that stands for. ESET. ESET. And
Probably the
Cyport.
European Security Enhancement Team.
Something
Go for
like
it.
that.
It sounds good to me, Mary.
Okay.
Anyways, but it's a spyware that sits on your Windows computer and siphons off data and sends it. And,
Speaking about spyware, sorry, Tony, I'm gonna
No,
hijack
go ahead.
your security corner. But did you guys hear about the uTorrent client?
Mm-mm.
no.
It was installing a Bitcoin miner.
My computer is at 100% capacity, and I'm not doing anything. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Now, in uTorrent's defense, there was a checkbox, granted not obvious checkbox,
Oh, okay.
to not install it.
But you had to opt out.
Yes.
Okay. I wonder how much they made.
I don't know.
Oh, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought that was
Back to you, Tony.
that was interesting and a little comical about
Yeah.
the
Babar.
cartoon. Yeah, I've never heard of a cartoon character.
Yeah, the cartoon character
malware.
malware
Yeah,
club.
yeah, that's funny.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go.
Okay.
The CCMC, cartoon character malware club.
Uh,
Kiddies, get out your decoder rings.
and your invisible ink. All right. Well, I guess
All right, I guess we're going on to listener feedback, right? Or is there anything else you guys have?
I think we're heading
Um,
we're careening into listener feedback.
Right.
It's listener feedback time.
And our phone number is 734-258-7009. And what do we have?
We should look and see what those numbers, if they spell a word or something.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for Trucker Rich. since he has such a
SMLR.
hard time remembering it.
I'm just gonna go with the down arrow. That's why I'm gonna stick with the down arrow. Oh, anyway, so since the
What's that number again, Tony?
22nd, 313 or no 734
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it does do
258
Okay.
7009.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't do the down
You
arrow.
gotta look on your phone. A phone keypad is different than a computer keypad.
Yeah, the numbers are backwards.
734 in no keypad anywhere is going to make a.
No,
line.
734 doesn't, but
That's
258 7009. It's right down the
It's
center.
not the down arrow.
Yeah, it's 258
734. Where's the 734?
It's our area code. There's not much I can do with that.
Oh, it is a down arrow.
Yeah.
Yes,
But not with
258.
the 734.
7009.
But not with the 734.
Forget about that part. We're
You
talking about
can't, because how many of our listeners live in the 734 area code?
none
I
of
would
them.
say not very many.
They're
All
gonna
right.
have to guess. They're gonna have to just memorize that part.
I think, but I like that, Tony. That good visual cue.
Thanks.
Okay. We were in
So-
listener feedback.
So now they have to remember 734 down arrow.
Yeah, that's easy.
734 down arrow. Okay.
Hey,
All right,
but
all right.
wasn't it seven? But you know what? If you put another 7 in there, 7734, and turn it upside down, it says hell. That's what we become. All right, we've gone to
We've gone off the
hell
edge.
in a handbasket. Okay.
All right, so we have listener feedback. On the 24th, Kevin mentioned us about PenguinCon, so we're all going to be presenting in PenguinCon.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Looking
going to do our
forward to
show
it.
there, plus each of us are doing extra presentations.
Mm-hmm.
We also got email from Claudio. He says, just finished episode 145, and I was glad to hear that Crunch Bang is back.
Kind of back. I mean,
And then he explains that it's more like Splinters
yeah, there you go.
of the original.
Yeah.
And he has a link to a Phosphorus article about
Talks
it.
about,
So
yeah, I read that.
I'll throw that in the show notes.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah.
And he's also Mary's classmate, which we talked about
Yeah,
earlier.
Python.
Yeah. Well, what else do we have? We have Kevin emailed us about the Mary's book review. It says very persuasive, and he went
Oh.
and got the book, the ebook.
Yes, it's good.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I grabbed the links that
Yeah, Michael W. Lewis.
that Michael had on his website
Yes.
for that, and I put it in our show notes. So if you wanted like specific versions of his like EPUB or
Mm-hmm.
PDF or whatever, the link was right in our show notes. So you can click right on it and buy it.
It's on Amazon now too, isn't it? So,
Yeah, and there was links to his Amazon, and there was links to his
Mm-hmm.
purchase site.
Yeah, Tilted Windmill Press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be having another book review.
Yes,
Another.
hopefully sometime in the future. More
Yeah.
than half.
Yeah, more than half. Well, we call it half book review, even though we're doing the full book. All right.
Yeah, and then Michael emailed us, said thank you for reviewing it, and we may be reviewing his other book soon.
Yep.
No, we will. Tarsnap.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be interesting.
I'm also going to get my my web server set up to use Tarsnap backup service as I do the book.
All right.
Great. Hey, and tell them, BSD Now is talks about them. They're a sponsor on BSD Now, so you should just say
Talk
that
about who?
Tarsnap.
Oh.
So if you go to their site and put in BSD Now, that might be nice.
What?
Never mind. Just trying to get some, some. Never mind. Just we're moving
Did you
on.
smoke a little ganja this morning, Mary, or something? What is going on?
No, I got that daylight savings time. I tell you, I'm tired. Jet lag, bed lag. All right.
All right. And that's all I saw for listener feedback. Did you guys have anything else?
No, I guess
No?
that means no.
All right. We
Oh,
have
wait a minute. We got there's someone from 51. Was that feedback though?
I think that was the
that was the Kansas City
promo.
or the
okay,
Kansas
Okay.
yeah.
Linux
let
Fest
it go.
promo. Yeah, we played the promo, and I will throw it again. The actual clip will be at the end of the show, so that you'll hear the good, nice
And-
quality version.
Did we talk about Xander Robertson or Xander? Just Xander?
He sent us an article, but I didn't read it, so I didn't have anything to comment on it.
5G researchers achieve record speed. I didn't read it either because I'm just seeing it now. Xander, sorry, apologies. But if you want it, it's out there at www.bbc.co.uk. News technology -316222297.
Thank you, Matt.
Can you repeat that? No. All right.
All right.
You can, but you won't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have a little bit of announcement that not next show, but the show after that falls on Easter, so we're going to be changing our record time. So we have to work that out, but just check out Google Plus or our live page on
we're
SMLR.
gonna change more in our
Figure out.
time, our day too, probably.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it'll be different day, different time.
Same
we'll figure
crew
it
though.
out.
Same
Yeah.
crew.
We might put it off by a week or
same
something. I don't know.
homely bunch and Mary.
Same homely bunch. I'm glad I wasn't included in that group. Mm, the older gal. Yeah, that's me. Okay.
All right. So then we're going on to
Featured music of the week.
the music for this week. And
Yes.
we're going to go for Mary's suggestion.
Yes.
And it's related to the show topic or the show name.
That's right. Just
Um,
the whole. Well, the name of the song is called Clock.
Yeah. It's by, I don't know how to say, Gunnasleo.
Gianluca
Oh,
Bove.
all right.
There we go.
And from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That was Italian?
Gianluca
Oh, shocker.
Clock. Yeah.
I had it all queued up in Jamando and it went away.
Oh no.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. You got it?
Yeah. All right. And here we go.
Now he's
So-
gonna have to splice it in.
Yeah, I always cut this part out.
Okay.
So our YouTube listeners are listening to the song. I was talking on top of it right now.
We could, you know, we couldn't do it any differently, you know.
And there we go. I'll pause it. As you listen to the rest of the song, tune into our edited show.
The cleaned up version.
That's right. And that's the end of our show. We've come to the end. You've been listening to the Sunday Morning Linux Review. This was episode 146.
Where'd that hour go?
And now I know what that means.
This is Tony Bemis.
Matt Enders
And Mary Tomich.
saying, see you next time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, what we haven't done in the last couple episodes, is Mary reminded me today that we need to record our intro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, our YouTube listeners, or watchers, if you guys are still watching this, will be in the edited version. It'll be at the very beginning
Mm-hmm.
of the edited as a
Instead
little
of the
intro.
end.
Yeah. Since we know what we talked about, we can
Yeah,
we can now do our intro, what we're going to talk about,
That's right.
much more accurately.
Um,
So who's going to do it?
figured you would.
Well,
Well,
you know,
we can all pitch in.
Yeah.
a
I'll
little
chime
bit.
in with what the tooltip is going to be. And
Yeah. All right. On this episode of Sunday Morning Linux Review, we've got our tooltip this episode.
which is going to be special characters in Vim.
Ooh. We'll also have the Linux convention scene, catching you up on various Linux events during the month of March. And Tony will have his security bit.
That's right. About cartoon malware.
Cartoon malware.
And that, along with the kernel news, distro updates, and other assorted mirth and mayhem.
All our regularly scheduled
That's
That's
right.
right.
bits.
Along with all the interruptions and everything that our show is special for. Isn't it?
That's right. The Sunday Morning Linux Review.
All right. Sounds
That's
good.
it.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Is anybody listening
Thanks
on
for
YouTube?
listening. We have
One person.
0 viewers. Woohoo!
Oh, all right.
How about on butt?
Let's check that out.
I know,
We had 1 listener live.
Ooh.
That's just live. Well, but
but
they're not gonna. That's not recorded for other listeners. So,
mhm.
but the YouTube version is recorded, and
Okay.
you know what? Let me see real quick. I can look at how many views our previous shows have had. Because our downloads for our edited version,
Yeah.
we have roughly 1,500 every 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah,
For each.
That's not bad.
Yeah. And I thought we can
Really?
look to see
1,500 you need to beat?
Across both.
Yeah. between the two,
Mhm.
between our OGG and MP3.
Huh, I thought it was like 750.
And
That's pretty good.
I thought there was a way. Yeah, 57 views for our just last show on YouTube.
Hmm.
I can't believe 57 people watched that.
Yeah.
The one before that had 43 views.
Oh, it's gaining in popularity. Ooh.
What we have to do is when we kick that off, kick the thing off, we have to say, okay, this is the raw footage,
47 views for the
complete
one
with all
before
the
that.
errors and mistakes that you'll probably hear in the final version.
That's right. That's actually
Have we shut this off?
it's still running.
Oh.
I thought I'd tell all our YouTube
right.
viewers what we've been.
All our
getting.
YouTube viewers, none.
None.
No,
40, we had
well, no
47.
well,
An
no
average.
live,
No live viewers.
We're
Right.
grateful for all of you after
Yes.
the fact viewers.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm one of them too.
Do you?
Yeah, I like to listen to it fairly quickly because I don't know when it's going to come up. I always like to just listen to, hey, we could have done this better. We could have done the whole show better.
I used to do that too.
We
when
could have
I
done
had
every show
Gary.
better. When you care. All right.
Say goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.